Hello everybody and welcome to this water guide video. Today I'm gonna be showing you which type of warship counters another type of warship, and then I'm gonna be showing you one build order for every pantheon on water maps. So let's get started. First of all, the warship, the seed ship basically, the seed ship over here counters the archer ship, which means the Greek triremes and the longboats, the Egyptian kebenites, and the Atlantean barims. The archer ship beats the hammer ship, so this unit here will beat this unit here. This unit here will beat this unit here, and this is going to be an equal fight. So let's start with an equal fight. Archer ship against archer ship, nothing special. Hammer ship against archer ship, and seed ship against archer ship. So you can see how quickly the seed ship is destroying the trireme, and you can see that the hammer ship is also losing the fight pretty hard to the archer ship, and this is an equal fight over here. At the end, longboat is winning with a very small difference because of the extra DPS. So the seed ship won the archer ship as expected, the archer ship won against the hammer ship as expected, and this was almost an equal fight, archer ship against archer ship, just because this longboat has a bit more of DPS. All ships, by the way, have the champion warship upgrade. Let's move on to the next level. And here we have again one hammer ship against one Norse longboat, one seed ship against archer ship, the Greek trireme, and one hammer ship against a siege boat. So hammer ships, as I said, hammer ships counter siege ships. So we saw at this fight here that this siege ship destroyed the trireme. But let's see how well the hammer ships do against those siege ships. And then again the longboat against the hammer ship. So this unit is supposed to beat the hammer ship, the dragon ship is supposed to beat the archer ship, and the hammer ship destroying the siege ship. As expected, the dragon ship destroyed the archer ship, and the hammer ship that counters siege ships, this unit here counters this unit here. And the longboat, of course, the archer ship, wins this unit here. So it's like a circle. This unit here will beat this unit here, and this unit here will beat this unit here, and this unit here will beat this unit here. So, going up to the next level, we have 3 hammer ships against 1 archer ship, 1 hammer ship, and 1 siege ship. We saw previously how well the hammer ship did against the siege ship. Let's see at an equal fight how a Dreki will do against a Pentacounter. Looks like again the Dreki has a little bit more of DPS, yes, but the Pentacounter has a little bit more hit points. So let's see how this fight is gonna go, and we're expecting the hammer ship to lose to the archer ship. We're expecting this to be an equal fight, and the hammer ship to beat the siege ship. Let's go over the fight. As expected, the hammer ship is destroying the siege ship. This looks like an equal fight, and the archer ship is beating the hammer ship. And at last, with the last hammer ship, we might probably win this little fight over here. Not that it matters. Actually, the archer ship might win because it's basically the counter unit. But probably archer ships get stronger when getting ballistics, because basically they don't miss once you get ballistics at the heroic age. But this was the point. Let's move on over the build orders now. Okay, let's get started with Greek. So, we're gonna do a split over here. The first 2 villagers will go over to wood, another 2 will go over to hunt, and the first one out of the town center will go to build a dock. You're gonna lure a boar underneath your town center, no matter what the water map is, and we're gonna drop the first dock near fish spots. So we'll build 3 villagers on food, and now we will rally villagers on wood for a while. Once this villager finishes with a dock, we will send it back over to food. We go scouting around Midgard, on Anatolia as well. And we can now start the fishing sim production. You can use autocue if you are a beginner or a slow player. You can use autocue on the fishing ships. Okay. So, we wanna go up to 8 villagers on wood, and then we will pit 3 on gold. That's the villager order we're gonna follow. You can lure the next boar already underneath the town center, like that. We keep up with the fishing ship production. So, the 4th fishing ship, wherever it goes, you will also send one of the wood villagers to build a dock over there. And now, after having 8 villagers on wood, we go over a gold mine from the town center. So, I found some fish spots over here, so I'm gonna build a dock here. And I'm gonna send fishing ships to a different location as well, because I'm gonna secure as many fish spots as possible. We're gonna put up to 3 villagers on gold, and of course we build a house with one of the wood villagers. You lure again the 3rd boar. Amazing. And then, after having 3 on gold, we basically train villagers on food up until we have enough food to age up. Let's keep up with the fishing ship production. Can use one fishing ship to scout while building more. Like that. Oh, we found more. Okay. Even more fish spots. Try to get as many as possible. And once you have 150 gold, you're gonna drop your temple with all 3 gold villagers and shift them back to the gold mine. We keep up with the fishing ship production. And we try to send one villager, like this one, over this location to secure this fish as well. So, we have enough food to age up, there we go, and we're going to age up through Hermes. At this point, since we're focusing on building a fish economy, we no longer need these villagers on food, so we're gonna switch them mainly to wood and some to gold. Let's go for it. We're gonna have around 5 on gold, and the rest will go to wood. Let's get a house. Let's scout over there. And let's go for another dock drop in this location to secure even more fish. Get your hand axe and pre-queue your pickaxe. And with this build, we already have 14 fishing ships. You usually want to have around 15, so search for more fishing ships, drop this dock over there, villager back to wood, train your hero. Let's get this spot over there. With your hero you can grab relics, you can shift click pretty much and get all of the relics needed. Your center can go harass, and your town center, here's what you need. You need to decide on your strategy here to continue with your macro. If you wanna go for a fast heroic here, you will use one wood villager to build an armory and few houses, and possibly switch some of these wood villagers over to chickens or to berries to get more food to be able to get to the next stage, and train villagers on gold or on food, depending on what's your lowest here. So right now I'm the lowest on food, so I'm gonna be training villagers on food, like berries, chickens, things like that. So while Centaur is harassing, and while Jason is grabbing relics, and while having the fish boom going, so I'm gonna build one more fishing ship over here, we're looking to go to Heroic Age behind that to train one Skyla on its side and win water. So that's option 1. Option 2 is to grab a second town center, which would require more villagers on gold, so I would queue villagers on gold, grab the second town center, get access to a gold mine or food, depends on your map spawn, and play for the middle game, the mid game basically. Let's move over the next god now. Let's do Egyptian or Norse. Let's do Isis. As Isis, first two villagers will go over to chickens. One villager will go build your dock. And the first three villagers will go to wood from your town center. Your priest will go for some scouting. Your pharaoh will help with the dock construction. And you will then put these things back to food. After having 3 on wood, you'll put the next one over to food with empowerment, and you will auto-queue fishing ships. We're gonna have a total of 4 on food, and then we again train villagers on wood and gold basically. Your priest will do some nice scouting around. And then we'll put one more on wood from the town center. We're gonna have a total of 4, so 4 on food, 4 on wood, and now we're gonna put 5 on gold. The reason we're gonna put 5 on gold is because we will need soon a second and maybe a third dock, and the temple costs 150 gold, which is quite expensive. So we rally villagers over there. Fishing ships can go for some scouting. And around here you're gonna use one wood villager to drop a house. Around 17 population, around there usually. Nice, we found more fish. Very nice. And once you have 50 gold, you're gonna take one villager from food and drop a dock in the next fish spot you get. So around here, you force drop the villagers on the granary, you take the pharaoh, and you empower your gold mine. and after you have 5 on gold, you auto-queue villagers on food. Let's get one of these boars underneath the town center. There we go. We can now start building our temple with one villager. You can get a house with another gold villager, and with Pharaoh, you will empower your town center, because all we need right now is basically food to age up. We wanna continue building docks around, so you can also drop a few obelisks around the map. This point, you're gonna split those villagers, one on this side building docks and another one on this side building docks. And once you have 400 food, you click up through Bust. So here you have to decide where to put villagers. Depends on your strategy, depends on your game plan over here. If you're looking to go for a second town center, you will have to put those food villagers on gold and empower with Pharaoh. If you're looking to go for a fast heroic, you will mainly have villagers on food and just 5 to 6 villagers on gold total. Of course, in both cases, don't forget to get yourself 2 monuments. This is very important. So, let's get some docks. One more fishing ship. Let's switch 2 of them on gold. Nice. We need 2 monuments. Pickaxe. So we pre-queue pickaxe, we pre-queue Lord of the Nile. And one villager will go around towers to build houses. Let's get one more monument. 2 is very important. And we have a total of how many fishing ships? A total of 14 fishing ships. Whenever you can add a few, you can go for it. I'm gonna build one more over there, and one more dock. One food villager will build the armory and a market. Try to add extra fishing ships. The Sphinx will go for some harassment around the map. And once you have around 600 food, you wanna switch the food villagers over to gold and cast prosperity. Because at this point, we have all the food we need from the fishing ships. We no longer need villagers on food at this point. So you put everything on gold and cast your prosperity so you can age up to the next age pretty much.
You refer kids Baya.
Of course, if your opponent attacks you at sea, in the classical age, you're not going to worry too much. You can just garrison your fishing ships, and those dogs will start shooting as they have garrisoned units. And on top of that, by the time you age up, you will be so early up to heroic age that you will have the Leviathan to defend. And then you can start producing maybe some warships to defend against your opponent's push. But securing the middle and applying pressure on land at heroic age is going to be way more important than fighting in the classical age. So, around here we have enough resources to age up. We're gonna age up through Nephthys. Let's squish a few villagers on wood. Let's get hand axe. Maybe, yes, maybe sacred cats if we go over to berries at some point. And something very, very important to do when you're doing this type of age ups, you pre-queue your person so it starts getting research by the time you age up. And what is the follow-up here from this position? The follow-up is you hit your heroic age, you select half of your gold villages with a pharaoh, you drop a migdol or your second large gold mine to secure it, you train camel riders, chariot archers, you have a sensor eclipse that you can cast at your opponent's economy, and once you have a big army of chariot archers and camel riders, you start grabbing town centers, raiding, playing your game, and Isis is very good at doing that on Midgard. So, let's move over to Norse now. Let's do the Odin here. So, 3 starting villagers will go over a staggle tree. The berserk will proceed to build a dock. First villager will go over to cows. Actually, here's what you can do here. You can cast your Great Hunt right next to the town center and it's going to spawn food. Here's how that works. You do this, and we have 2 deer. And you train a dwarf, and that dwarf will go over to gold. One of your wood villagers will build an ox cart for your dwarf. Because this way you save dwarf gather age. So this dwarf will start gathering immediately instead of building the ox cart. And you will put that villager back to wood. So the next 2 gatherers will go over to deer, the ones you spawned using Great Hunt, and you will start your fishing ship production. After having 2 gatherers on food, you will train 1 dwarf that will go over to gold, and then you proceed with a gatherer, with a gatherer production. You get a house with your berserk. And now you train villagers on wood. Once you have around 3 on food, you can then move on to a large wood line. Let's keep up with the scouting. And at the same time, every time you have enough gold to add a dwarf, you go for it. On water maps as Norse. And you will put it on gold. Bring the cows closer to those villagers. Every cow you can find is pretty important actually. We're gonna go up to 7 villagers on wood. You're going to get another house with your berserk. 4 dwarves on gold, so we're gonna have enough wood to build a temple very soon. So now we're not adding another dwarf because we're gonna save enough to build the temple. Let's save some wood to get that temple down. And now we auto-queue villagers on food again basically. You can see if you can lure a boar over there. You start again the fishing ship production. You try to lure some hunt over your town center. And you can now build some dwarfs. on food. You can then switch them back to gold.
Tilbúin.
You send your berserk
Já.
to build few docks around, and around here you're gonna have enough resources to age up. So you garrison those villagers to the town center, you get the food you need, and you age up through Freya. And you're going to put those villagers on wood, so you have a total of 5 to 6
Hver
on
það?
gold,
Tilbúin.
and around 13 on wood. And you start dropping those docks. First a house, then a dock. The Herser can drop a dock over here.
Hver
Let's keep scouting to add more fishing ships, because we basically wanna have around 14 fishing ships. And then when we age up, we'll take your villagers back to food. Ravens can go for some scouting. If you're playing Loki, you can send a Herser or a Berserk
Hver það? Ég
at your opponent base to scout, to basically use your spy. Get yourself another house, send the Valkyrie for some raiding, and every time you are too low on food, if you can't afford to train a villager, you can train a dwarf. Let's break you hand axe and pickaxe.
Til já. Já. Hver þar? Hver það? Já.
Some more houses. Always break you your persin. Gonna be very useful when you hit the heroic age.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt.
You can drop an armory as well. And from here, Norse is like the following Civ. You have to follow, you have to respond most of the times to what your opponent is doing. So check with your Ravens if you play Odin, check with the Spy if you play Loki, check with your Valkyrie if you're playing Thor, or again, if you're playing Freyr, which is harder, check with your Berserk at your opponent's base. See what your opponent is planning to do. If you see your opponent dropping like military buildings to try and rush you, you have to respond the same way, building military buildings to defend yourself, to build an army to defend yourself. If your opponent is building like an armory or a market, it means they're going for a heroic age, which would mean you have to follow with a heroic age yourself. But if your opponent is going for a second town center, which again you would have to use your scouting units to find out, you build a second town center yourself. That's how basically Norse responds and plays. Norse reads, Norse scouts and sees what the opponent is doing and reacts to it. So at this point, you try to get more fishing ships, more docks around the map. Then if your opponent tries to attack you at the sea, you can easily just garrison fishing ships, train warships yourself, and play from there your game. Let's move over the Atlanteans now. So the reason I'm resigning, guys, is because I want to have those recorded games available for you. So after watching this video, if you guys want to have those recorded games, these builds as a recorded game, you can join my Discord server and you will have access to those. So let's do Uranus. So, first villager will go over a straggler tree. Second villager will proceed to build a dock. The next villager will be put to hunt. Split your oracles around, go for some scouting. And once you finish with this dock, this villager will also go to wood. Next villager from the town center will be put on food. And you're going to build 2 fishing ships here. Next villager from the town center will go over a wood line. And here you wanna use one of your food villagers to build a manor. We don't wanna get housed. There we go.
Yuji Mak. Herjos. Osto. Eshlos. Bureg. Yuji most intim. Herjos.
And then back to food. We're going to have
Yuji most intim.
4 citizens on wood.
Most intim.
And then we'll start adding some on gold. We start the fishing ship production again, after having the manor out.
Skopos.
Keep up with the scouting, nice and early.
Bureg. Eshlos. Osto.
And after having 4 total citizens on wood, we're gonna put 2 on gold.
Herjos. Mak. Yuji. Bureg. Yuji. Skop.
Scout for some fish spots that you can claim.
Herjos. Bureg. Most intim. Yuji.
There we go.
Skopos.
Bureg.
Use one of your wood villagers to drop a dock,
Aked.
and then back to wood.
Mos intim.
And the next villager will also go to wood. Because we're using one of them to basically build docks, we're gonna need one more citizen on wood.
Herjos. Mos intim.
And after this, we train citizens on food. Once you have around 150 gold, you wanna stop, you wanna cut off your fishing ship production,
Bureg.
because you wanna get just enough wood to build your temple.
Yuji.
So we're getting there,
Eked. Bureg.
and one of those citizens from gold will go back to food,
Schwest. Skopos. Schwest.
because we don't need any gold at the moment, we need food to age up. One of your wood villagers will build the next manor,
Most intim.
and then we start again the fishing ship production. We're training citizens on food because we're looking to age up.
Herjos. Schwest.
So these gold citizens will go over to food now,
Schwest.
like that. Okay,
Osto. Yuji.
so after the citizen, we're about to age up.
Herjos.
We have enough resources and we age up through Oceanus. So here's the thing, if you're looking to grab a very early second town center, you have to put at least 4 citizens on gold and the rest on wood, because we're adding more fishing ships in the meantime. But if you're looking to play classical fight, you will probably need 3 on gold, few on food and few on wood as well. So it all depends on you right here. So the switch I'm gonna do, I'm going to put 3 on gold,
Diat.
Bureg. Herjos.
2 more on wood because I wanna build more docks and more fishing ships,
Yuji. Mak.
and one of them
Also
will
Yuji.
build
Eshlos.
more docks,
Bureg. Most intim.
one of the citizens.
Herjos. Yuji. Bureg. Skopos. Yuji. Eked. Most intim. Yuji. Herjos.
And try to cover as many empty fish spots as possible, because fish boom is very important on water maps like Midgard, Anatolia, this type of water maps. On a map like Medid, you would usually go for a very early advance with less fishing ships, but when you play Midgard or Anatolia, focus on a heavy fish boom, because the maps are kinda too big and early pressure is not really valuable on maps like Midgard, for example. Whereas on Anatolia, if anything like that happens, you can easily just respond by grabbing a second town center or so. So this was the guide for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed or if you learned anything, feel free to give me a like, a comment and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.